Are you afraid of being abandoned by your twin flame? And so much so that you're not even sure if you want to move into your union because the fear says, why have my union? Why move into that if it can leave me, if it can abandon me in the place where I'm hurt the most? Welcome back. I'm Breann, Master Certified Ascension Coach with Twin Flames Universe. And today I want to talk to you about a very common twin flame upset, and that is the fear of abandonment. And now I resonate with this very, very well because this was my core fear prior to coming into Harmonious Twin Flame Union with my twin flame, was I had a core upset fear around abandonment. And my fear stemmed from early childhood, where I had some not so pleasant experiences that created traumas and wounds in my reality. And so, in moving forward into all of relationships in my life, this fear of abandonment would follow me, and especially when it come to being with my one true love. There was a very deep-seated fear of that love could leave me, and it would manifest in many different ways, such as what if, my person died? What if they got into a car wreck, or what if something bad happened? There was just a deep, deep fear of that love could leave me. And as I moved through my healing process and I uprooted that core fear, that's when my twin flame and I were finally able to relax, because this was my twin flame's core upset too, was abandonment. And twin flames, you're going to be moving through the exact same thing, but it's going to look a little bit different on both sides. And so as we healed this in our consciousness, that fear of abandonment, that fear that love could leave us or that our good could leave us, that's when we naturally relaxed into and vibrated into Harmonious Twin Flame Union. And I want to do something with you today because I see this fear of abandonment popping up in many different places. People asking questions about it, or twin flames, on their journey, and they're speaking to that fear of they feel stuck and just unsure on how to move forward. So what I want to do is, anytime I'm moving through, because it still comes up in layers from time to time, but the core of it, the root of it, has been resolved completely within my consciousness. But anytime I find little inklings or little hints of, subtle feelings of, is this still a thing, or is it still in my consciousness? There's an excerpt in this book. You've probably seen me mention this many times before, but it's Twin Flames, Finding Your Ultimate Lover by Jeff and Shalia. And this book is incredibly powerful. I highly recommend. This was one of the first things that I got from Twin Flames Universe. And the book, it shares with you all about the truth of twin flames, the mirror exercise. There's just so much information jam-packed in this book that is deeply, deeply healing for you and your twin flame. But for this video, speaking specifically to that fear of abandonment, I want to read you something that always is very healing for me and in my union. So really what I want you to do is, this is about abandonment. I want you to sit back and relax, and you can either close your eyes and you can just listen to what I read, and I really want you to receive it in your heart. Or if you just want to keep your eyes open, you want to watch me read, you're more than welcome to do that too. And if at any time you want to pause or go back and re-listen to what it is that I'm reading, you're more than welcome to do that. And you can just go ahead and get the book for yourself, so you can always reference to it too. But this is on it starts on page 89 and it's all of page 90, okay? So this is the reason that we experience abandonment, all right? So it says, when you do not want to be with yourself or with God, you experience abandonment, which also feels like betrayal, because it is. God could never abandon you. If God created abandonment, then it would be real. but it is an illusion because God only creates perfection, and we are one with our beloved Creator. When you don't want to be with yourself, you abandon yourself and thus open up to the experience of being abandoned by others. This is how the mirroring works. But if you open up to your divine logic, we all have divine logic, you will see, as I have seen, that you cannot be abandoned by someone who never truly claimed you as theirs. So you were never abandoned because you were never claimed by them in the first place. You just experienced the illusion based on the belief that you were claimed in love by them. And I'll explain this in depth after I'm done reading this. People who abandon their relationships also practice self-abandonment, or else they would be incapable of the act. So just feel compassion for them and others when you realize this. When you choose to stop abandoning yourself and start listening to yourself and loving yourself where you need to, you cease self-abandonment and develop self-trust, love, and confidence. As a result, your twin flame will change their tune about not wanting to be with you, because in claiming yourself, you claim all of you, which naturally includes your twin flame, because they are you too. All right, and that's the end of that. Now going back to, because I understand there might be some confusion about the part of, someone not claiming you. And it says, but if you open up to your divine logic, you will see, as I have seen, that you cannot be abandoned by someone who never truly claimed you as theirs. So what that means is that, let's say if you had a past lover, and just like me, I've had past lovers where they abandoned me. I experienced abandonment. But divine logic says that only your twin flame is designed to choose and claim you. Why? Because they were created by God and created to love you, just as you were created by God to love them. You were created as a unit, as a pair, and you were created to love each other. Whereas someone that's not your twin flame, yes, they love you, absolutely they do. We're talking about romantic partners, but they were not created in the sense of being your eternal lover. That's not their role. And so in divine truth, a lover outside of your twin flame was not created to claim you in that way. That's not their place. And in their core, they know that. And so if previous lovers, if you experience them abandoning you, where you deeply loved them, well, this is why. There's two reasons here. Is one, you are not for them to claim. You are for your twin flame to claim. And when I say claim, that's not control. Okay, there's two totally different things. It just means that you were created with a twin flame, and they were created with you, your twin flame, and you were meant to be together. And so claiming means you just claim that desire that you have in your heart for them. And when you claim that desire, you're naturally claiming them. And so are they claiming you too, all right? And that is appropriate because that is how God created you. And that is why the book says that's divine logic. Whereas a previous lover, someone that's not your twin flame, they have a twin flame. They were created with a divine lover. And so you are not for them to claim. And they know that, although they might not know it consciously, they know it deep down in their core that you are not for them, that you are meant to be with another, and that is your twin flame. And then just like the book says too, we can only experience abandonment if we've abandoned ourselves. And so you can look at it this way. Let's say you're not with your twin flame, or you weren't with your twin flame, you were with someone else. Well, because you were with someone else, it's not your twin flame, you're not with all of you, right? That means that you're being with someone that's not for you. And so that means that you're not being with all of yourself. And I know that this can get very confusing. If you just listen with your heart and what it is I'm saying, you're going to understand. And if you still feel confused, please ask questions or just get the book and the book will clarify. So if we're with someone that's not our twin flame, then we're not with all of ourselves, which means we're abandoning a component of ourselves, right? But as you heal through that wound, that abandonment, and you come home to yourself and you choose all of yourself, you're placing yourself in alignment with how you were created to be, which is with your twin flame. And that is all of you, because you come as a pair. You don't come as a single being. You come as a unit, as a team, as a duo. Two peas in a pod. You and your twin flame, eternal lovers. All right? So abandonment only means that we've chosen to not be with an aspect of ourselves for whatever reason. For me, I chose to not be with myself because there was a lot of traumas that happened in my childhood, and that was my coping mechanism, was to shut those parts of my consciousness out because I was hurt. And so in shutting those parts of myself out, I abandoned myself. I neglected and betrayed myself. But as I embarked on my healing journey, I allowed myself to go back into those places and love myself where I was hurting. And as I loved myself there, that invited in union into my consciousness. And that union resulted in the manifestation of my harmonious twin flame union. And this is the same for you watching this video. So if you resonate with this and you're experiencing fear of abandonment, or you know that that's in your consciousness in some way, apply the mirror exercise. If you find that it's rooted in a trauma, there's the mind alignment process that you can look into, and I will put the link below. That's what I did to resolve my traumas, was I went through the mind alignment process. And you can also get this book. And once again, it's pages 89 and 90. It shares with you in depth about abandonment, and it even walks you through an upset that you might be having with your twin flame about your twin flame not wanting to be with you. So claim all of your support. Highly recommend, and know that you can heal this. You're not stuck in it. All right, I've healed it. I know many other people that have healed that fear of abandonment, and you can too. And you deserve to be in your harmonious twin flame union. You deserve your life of love and happiness, and you are worthy of that. All right, so thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.